Hey everybody, this is your boy, the host with the most, but humble, and I do mean humble, Dino Novice, aka Derek, and I'm here, of course, on a Friday to give you the hungry, happy, healthy people here at Wrestlekram, of course, the Axe Wrestlekram podcast. How about that? Thank you so much. If you're watching it today, you're watching it tomorrow, you're watching it next week. I truly do thank you from the bottom of my heart to the depth of my loins. I truly, truly do thank you. I do apologize for not having a show for yesterday. I do apologize for that. A lot of stuff going on, but I did watch AEW Dynamite. I am happy that CM Punk is coming back. That's going to be a great thing for everybody. It's going to be a great thing for the product and a great thing for wrestling altogether. I will say that first and foremost, okay, you guys? But thank you so much. This is not about that. This is about, of course, Axe Wrestlekram. You did put your questions in for the Axe Wrestlekram segment. Don't forget, on Sundays, you can get your questions in as well. Do not forget. Get those questions in on Sunday. You have until Wednesday or Thursday, to get them in, so I can go ahead and answer your questions and whatnot. So you have plenty of time to get your questions in. Okay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, do not forget. Also, I do have a Facebook group page. It is called Wrestlekram Super Club. Wrestlekram Super Club. Do not forget that. You can go there. It is absolutely free for everybody. You can go and have a great time and enjoy yourself. Okay, so don't forget about that. Without further ado, now let's get into the questions. Okay, first and foremost, we got Laurel. He says, "What's up with the story of the hat with the pink or red tickets in them?" So, are you talking about these right here? Okay. Wow, y'all look at this a lot. Okay, so a while back, I used to work for a cable company. I really enjoyed working there at one time. It was a very fun place to work at. One of the reasons why I enjoyed working there is because, of course, the store manager, who I'm still friends with to this day, and all of the original crew that was there, I'm still friends with most of them as well. We still go out. We still have a great time together. It's more now of a family more than a friendship. I have a really close friend there. We go to the movies and hang out. Like, we're really, really close. It's a very close, tight knit group that I used to work with. And one of the things that we had a high selling was for cell phones. And the thing was, as if you sold a cell phone or whatnot, you got a ticket. You got a ticket. So I would sell, so many cell phones or whatnot, and I would just hold on to my tickets because our tickets are currency for a really cool thing that my ex supervisor used to do. You sold a cell phone that day, you get a ticket, and the ticket would get you currency for something that was really cool in his office or whatnot. So I thought that was pretty cool, really fun, really innovative. And when he got released from the company, unfortunately, I just kept the tickets. I just kept the tickets, and like I said, we still talk on a regular, almost a daily basis. And I talk about the tickets from time to time, and those are still the tickets. I have a ton of those tickets, as a matter of fact. Let's see. Yeah, it's a ton of tickets in there. So I need to get with him and see, like, can I still redeem these tickets or whatnot. But yeah, that's the story of the hats and the tickets. And it will always be right there because that's me thinking of a really fun environment. One of the best jobs I ever had at one time, when it was that original crew that was there. Great job, great question. Thank you so much for that. Jerry, little brother, he asks, who would win a match between Kurt Angle and Cesaro? Now, we've already established Cesaro. Cesaro is a jobber. He was not a really good wrestler in the WWE story or anything that consists of WWE. He was not really the best. He was really good when he was a tag champion with the Bar. Singles, he was not really my cup of tea, or not a lot of people cup of tea. Kurt Angle is a generational superstar. I mean, he is one of the greatest of greats. Kurt Angle was really, really good, innovative. Even when he went to TNA, he dominated. He was really, really good. So let's go with now. Once again, that's a loaded question because you're saying Cesaro versus Kurt Angle. If it was Cesaro versus Kurt Angle would destroy Cesaro. But let me kind of tweak that question. What if we had Claudio Castagnoli, the Claudio right now, who is the ROH World Heavyweight Champion, the most dominant, one of the most dominant champions out there as of right now, against TNA Prime Kurt Angle Impact World Champion. Those two. Now this is the prime best of the best, the best. If I had to choose between those two right now, I would choose Claudio. Claudio Castagnoli is probably so dominant with now the Blackpool Combat Club. So if I had to choose between those two and they had a one-on-one match, I would put Claudio over TNA's Kurt Angle, which is prime Kurt Angle. I would put that one over there. So if it was just Kurt Angle versus Cesaro, he would destroy Cesaro because he is a multi-world champion. But Claudio Castagnoli and right now ROH World Heavyweight Champion versus Prime TNA Kurt Angle, it would have to be Claudio. I'll put Claudio. Great question. Thank you so much for that question, Jerry. Great question. Okay, so Mitch does it. How you doing, Mitch? Thank you so much. If Bianca Belair went after the women's tag title championship, who should be her tag team partner? That's a great question because she doesn't really hang out with women. The only time she hung out with women was when it was Asuka and Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss, of course, is she's pregnant now, so she's not coming back anytime soon. And Asuka is now her rival. Those are the only two that I can think of as of right now. So if I had to choose right now, I would love for her to be with Mia Yim over there with the OC. That's the only person I can think of as of right now. She would probably be really good with because they're both powerhouses. I mean, it would be like the Brothers of Destruction with that group. That's the only person I can think of with Mia Yim because everybody else is either her rival or out on sabbatical. So it'll be her. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. Great question. Mr. Green 2853. It looks like the NBA Finals is set. Who you have winning the ring? Oh, goodness gracious. The game just happened yesterday, and it was a slobber knocker, with just like Jim Ross would say. Not a good showing by the Miami Heat. Now, if I did this show on Wednesday, I would have said Miami in 6, but I kind of got Denver winning in 5. I think Denver winning in 4, as a matter of fact. Denver's going to destroy Miami. I think the Jimmy Butler thing is over with. You have, I think it was 6 or 7 different free agents coming out of nowhere to make that team up. And then you have like just Joker. Joker is one of these generational talents where he is unguardable. I mean, if you look at his games, he is unguardable. You see how they just ran through the LA Lakers. I mean, it was their, I mean, well, I would say this. It was Boston's to lose, and they did lose. Now you have it being Denver. If Denver loses, it is their ring that they lost. But I have them winning in 4. I mean, well, I'll say this. They'll give them a gentleman sweep. So it'll be Denver in 5. I mean, it's just that bad. Thank you so much for that question. Laurel, is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't know what you are talking about. I had to Google this because I was like, is this a question? I've heard this question before. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Now, here's the thing. Um, I looked at it, and it's saying that a sandwich is two pieces of bread in between a piece of meat. Okay, no, but that's what it was. It was two pieces of bread in between some type of meat. Okay, so if I had to say, if it's a sandwich or I would say no because it's not a sandwich because a hot dog bun is one piece of bread. So no, I would say it is not a sandwich because I mean I remember back when I was a child, um, we would eat, I would eat like a piece of chicken and I would have like one piece of bread wrapped around it like it was a hot dog. That was not a sandwich. So, I mean, no, it's not a sandwich. I will set the record straight right now. A hot dog is not a sandwich. Okay? That's what I say. Okay? Dragon, thank you so much for that question. Dragon Hunter XD. Can the collision, being that collision will not be live all the time, will this hurt or help AEW? That's a great question. That's a loaded question again. I will say yes to a certain extent. Here's the thing: it's going to hurt for the longevity. I would say of the time being. The first goal, I think the first like 5 or 6 episodes are live, but the time slot, that's where it's gonna hurt AEW and Collision all together. It's gonna hurt all together. Eventually, they're gonna have to bring Collision onto a some type of weekday show. I mean, you have Thursday, which you will be going against. Probably you'll be going against. I think Impact. I think it is. So eventually, I don't think the live aspect is gonna hurt it. I mean, I think it will, but I think it won't. I think that what's gonna hurt it the most is just that time slot on Saturday. A lot of people aren't watching TV on Saturday. I mean, I myself, that's one of the days where I'm off. I don't want to do anything on Saturday. If I'm working, I'm cool with that. But if it's like, if I'm doing something, I want to hang out. I want to go and chill. I want to go to a movie. I want to go out to eat. I want to do something on a Saturday if I'm not working. So that's the point of the situation where I think that's going to hurt it more than the live shows. I mean, that's just me. I mean, they're going to have to do some type of restructuring, as in putting AEW Dynamite probably on Tuesdays and putting Collision on Thursdays, and probably putting Rampage on Saturdays. Something in that little area. So I mean, let Rampage be like a for the development or whatnot. That would be a better thing that they could do because you only have so many days in the week, and WWE owns 3 of those. So you're gonna have to go face to face, one on one with WWE again, and we're talking about not even NXT, but like something in the vicinity of either a Raw or a SmackDown. You're gonna have to go one on one with that situation. So that I think that would be something that they would have to think about with that situation or whatnot. But thank you so much for that question. Great question. Thank you so much for that, Dragon Hunter XD. Mr. Green 2853. Who is your Mount Rushmore of 80s wrestlers? That is a great question. My Mount Rushmore of 80s wrestlers. Number one, of course, is the top of the top. My personal favorite is Macho Man Randy Savage. One of the greatest superstars of all time. Hands down, did a great job building the WWE in the 80s and the 90s. I would say 80s. Of course, you got to put probably Hogan in there as well. I'll put Ric Flair. So I'll put Ric Flair. No, I'm not gonna put Hogan in there. Well, yeah, I'll put Hogan. I'll put Hogan, Flair, Macho Man, and Dusty. I'll put Dusty in as well. Dusty did a great job. Dusty Rhodes is one of the best, I would say. I'll put those four there. That's my personal favorite. In the comments, what are your top of your Mount Rushmore of 80s wrestlers? Great question. Thank you so much for that question. Another Mr. Green 2853. What is the ceiling for Hit Row? What is the ceiling for Hit Row? Hopefully the CD they've been recording goes platinum. Hopefully. I do love B-Fab. I love B-Fab. She is so gorgeous to me. I think that she has a bigger ceiling than Hit Row altogether since Swerve got since Hit Row was released and Swerve went to AEW. Hopefully, I hope Swerve does something more in AEW than what he's doing right now. He does now have a one-on-one with Orange Cassidy after winning that triple threat last on Wednesday. But after Swerve left, that took a giant hole out of Hit Row. Swerve ceiling was so huge. Swerve was one of those guys where he was actually going to be a world champion in WWE. That's how big Swerve is, and that's how I see him in AEW as well. He's a huge hit. He's one of those guys. He's a generation. I keep saying this all day, but he's a generational talent. After he left, you switched him with Adonis, who is really good. I like Adonis, but the thing is, what is the ceiling? The ceiling isn't that high. I do not see them running any type of champions with those people. I do see them more or less of like a gimmick group, to get people over, get a lot of, if somebody's coming from somewhere, they want to uplift them, more background decoration. I could say more background decoration. But I do see a bigger ceiling with B-Fab. I would like to see her wrestle more. I would like to see her kind of challenge one of the high-level people. As a matter of fact, I had a question about who could be Bianca Belair's tag team partner. B-Fab, if you put her in some ring, have her do some reps, she could be one of the perfect women to have Bianca Belair and have them grow and have those tag titles. Or kind of mush everybody together, get rid of the Hit Row storyline, destroy that faction, put those three into a faction with Montez Ford and D'Angelo Dawkins and Bianca Belair, have one huge type of faction where Montez Ford is the faction leader. I would like that as well. That would be a great thing. Then we can see something more or less than them being tag champions and having all the belts and whatnot, just like they're doing with the Bloodline. I would like something like that. In the comments, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think the ceiling is for Hit Row? Great question. I wasn't trying to go that much into it, but that's a great question. Thank you so much, Mr. Green 2853. Laurel, who should be the next opponent for Roman? MJF and Seth Rollins for their titles. That is a three-parter. Okay, the very first person for Roman Reigns right now, since he's on SmackDown, I would put put AJ Styles. AJ Styles just lost for the world title. Put AJ Styles in the match as number one contender. That would be a really fun thing to do with that one. MJF, go ahead and do Wardlow again. Do the Wardlow situation. I like that. I know Forbidden Door is coming up, so I know they're not gonna have him, face a person, for a title right now. So have Wardlow Wardlow versus MJF. That'll be a very fun match. Seth Rollins. They already have the Judgment Day going on. I would love to see Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins for that very first title defense with that. So first, Roman Reigns will be AJ Styles, MJF, Wardlow, and for the new world title with Seth Rollins, Damian Priest. After Damian Priest, go against Dominic. After Dominic, go against Finn Balor. Have them go one-on-one with those with his title. That would be a very fun thing to do with it. A great question. Thank you so much for that question, Laurel. Mitch does it. What is your favorite food? That is another loaded question. My favorite food. Anything that consists of a cow. I love anything with. I love beef. I'm a huge beef person. My favorite cut of beef is a tomahawk. I love tomahawks. I love meatloaf. I love burgers. I like a cheek. I love cow cheek. I love everything that consists of beef. If I had to choose anything to eat for like a long time and I didn't get sick or I didn't die from it, it would be anything from a cow. I love cow. I love everything about it. Huge. I would rather eat beef ribs than pork ribs. Huge beef fan. So thank you so much for that question. Great question. Black Star Boy 16. What new area you think the WWE should have a premium live event other than the United States? Great question. They have not done one in Japan. Go to Japan. I mean, go to the Tokyo Dome. I guarantee you will get a lot of love over there in Japan. Also, South Africa. I would love to see them go to South Africa. Even Nigeria. Go to a dominantly black area and have a great job there. I mean, I would even say, like, go to South Korea. Go somewhere that I promise you will be very fun. I don't know why they won't go to areas like that. Now, you did go to San Juan, Puerto Rico. That's still kind of North American-y. I would like to go somewhere South American, like Brazil. I mean, that would be a really fun place to go in those areas. I know we say none United States, but I haven't ever seen them in, like, Hawaii. Go somewhere fresh. I would love to see something like that. They did a great job with San Juan, Puerto Rico. They did a great job. The crowd was beautiful out there. So go out to my top three. My top three right now is Nigeria, Japan, and Brazil. Those are my top three. So Nigeria, Japan, and Brazil, or whatnot. Go to those three right there. That'll be my ideal places. Whatnot. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. Black Star Boy, like the WWE, should AEW Collision have their own set of titles for the show? No, because they already have too many titles. No. You need one champion. That's where the situation comes in with Seth Rollins. I'm a huge fan of Seth Rollins, but you don't need a champion A and a champion B. No, have those people. You have a soft brand split. Yes, cool. Have that taken care of. But your champion should be able to navigate to both brands. That's where you have now. You have both brands. You have them do what they got to do, and that's where it happens and whatnot. You shouldn't have the Intercontinental Champion on just Raw or the United States Champion just on SmackDown. They should be able to navigate back and forth and face whoever they want to face. That's my thing. So no new sets of people. I mean, if you want to, the only thing that I would probably have a set of would be a collision. You have a collision tag teams or whatnot. But once again, I still wouldn't have that either, because you can have the tag champions navigate from both brands. That would be the thing to do. I mean, if they are focused on a tag team group that's on Collision, then they will not be on Dynamite for a while. They'll be on Collision, and vice versa. The only person I would think that would hop back and forth would be the world champion, which will be MJF. One week he'll be on Dynamite, one week he'll be on Collision. That's how it would be. So no, 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 no more titles, especially when it comes to AEW. You already have too many titles. You don't need that many titles, okay? Thank you so much for that question. Great question, great question, great question. Dragon Hunter XD. Tony Khan said that this brand will be a fluid brand split, meaning that the brand will move from Collision to Dynamite. What do you think about this situation? I did read that article. I don't understand the fluidness of it. He consists of it as a soft brand split. I'm okay with that. It's okay to have that, but my thing is that there are a lot of people that we do not see on TV, and that is for people to be seen on TV. So if you're consistently putting the Young Bucks on AEW Dynamite and then you bring them over to Collision, you're not fixing the problem. They have a really bloated, super bloated roster, and they have 5 hours of show to do this. Now, we're not counting the matches, because the matches are what, 10, 15, probably 7 minutes or whatnot, but the talking segments are longer. They're like 15 minutes. So the good thing about Collision and how JR was talking is that we are going to get more exposure for people that we don't see. So that would be a smart thing to have that. I'm okay with that, but the soft, more of a soft brand split it sounds better than this WWE hard brand split or whatnot. So it will be fluid. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. I think it will work to a certain extent. The only thing is that you now have to think that it's not live. So that will be the weird thing about the situation, that it's not live. So or a lot of the shows will not be live. So that's the thing that's going to hurt it more probably than but I mean, once again, Dynamite is on Wednesday, so it should be fine. You should be fine with that situation. Hopefully Eddie Kingston leaves Ring of Honor and goes to Collision. Please let this happen. But great question. Thank you so much for that question. Dragon Hunter XD. Black Star Boy 16. What is your favorite? What is that? What is your favorite authentic Louisiana meal? Louisiana based, is more of a French type of based. I will say this: my in-laws, I love my in-laws because they're from South Louisiana. I've never had a authentic meal until I married my wife, and we went to she introduced me to Southern true French type of Creole type of food, and now I love it. It's mostly like a seafood base. I really wasn't a huge seafood person because we didn't really eat a lot of seafood with my parents. I didn't do a lot of seafood. So when I got to my in-laws in South Louisiana and the Creole-ness and the spices, I truly fell in love with it. So my top dishes, authentic Louisiana cuisines are I love shrimp etouffee. I love shrimp Creole, but my favorite as of right now is a seafood, 100% seafood gumbo. It is, and we go every Christmas, where my mother-in-law does a huge gumbo, and it is so good, so delicious. I enjoy it times 12. Very, very delicious. I enjoy it. I love it to death. So if I had to choose gumbo, seafood gumbo first, a shrimp etouffee, or a shrimp creole, those three are the best. Love that to death. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. Mr. Green 2853. Who do you think? Oh wait, who do you see turning heel first? Bianca Belair or the Street Profits? For wait, hold on. Let me read that question one time. Who do you see turning heel first? Belair and the Street Profits or the OC? I think that Bianca Belair is going to take a little time off, so I think that is going to gradually come back because she does need to probably change and kind of structure her image a little better. That would be my thing. The OC, I don't see them turning heel either. I see them turning being face for a while. If they wanted to turn AJ Styles heel, they would have did it on Monday. So I don't see them turning heel. So if I had to choose between the Street Profits and Bianca Belair and the OC, it would have to be Bianca Belair and the Street Profits because I don't see the OC. I just don't see them turning heel because there are so many factions in the WWE as of right now, and most of them are heel. Like all of them are heel. The only heels, only factions that are not heels is Hit Row and the OC. That's it. I think that's it. Everybody else is just straight heels. Like so, yeah, it would have to be the Street Profits and Bianca Belair because we do need a fresh look at Bianca's Belair character. I would say that. I wouldn't want it to happen. No, I wouldn't want it to happen. Not at all. But a fresh coat for a little bit, that'll be fine. They can turn it back face in just a switch. Thank you so much for that question. Thank you so much, Mr. Green 2853. L'Oreal, out of the four winter seasons, which one do you love the best and why? I love autumn. I'm a autumn junkie. My birthday is in June. I hate heat. I love the wintertime because I like being around cold. I'm more of a cold person than a summer person. Like I hate heat. I'm not a heat person. Summer is like my very last winter season that I hate. I hate summertime. But autumn, I love autumn because it's turning into a nice, crisp area. It is a beautiful time where the leaves. I love the colors of autumn. I love the just going and hanging out and having a great time. Like that's the cool hangout time is autumn. I mean, all your friends have a great time. Just be outside and just enjoy the autumn type of weather. I love it. I just love it. It's very fun. If autumn could be every single year, like all the time, I would do that. I would fall in love and just fall in love every single time in autumn. It's just that fun. Just love it to death. So thank you so much for that question, L'Oreal. Thank you so much. Dragon Hunter XD, can you truly see the Elite and CM Punk collaborating for a match? The answer right now is no. I do not see that. I see that, well, I've been reading that Kenny Omega is probably leaving the company altogether, going to WWE. So I don't know. The contracts I think are coming up. All their contracts are coming up, and I do see probably them leaving and Tony Khan probably changing the name from All Elite Wrestling to something totally different. So I do see that happening. I do not see a collaboration anytime soon. I have bitched about this for a very long time, that grown-ups should be grown-ups. I mean, once again, I've seen people in the 70s Steelers could not stand Terry Bradshaw at one time. Even his blockers, his offensive line would not block for him at one time because he was just that cocky and arrogant. But eventually they got it together and they got four rings. So, I mean, it can happen. I think putting all the egos aside, I think it can happen eventually, especially if they do re-sign with the with All Elite Wrestling. I think it will happen, but right now, absolutely not. It is not going to happen. CM Punk has extended the olive branch numerous times. They're even trying to once again still not have a Steel actually set foot in the building with the Young Bucks. He's still, I think, working remotely. So I don't see that happening anytime soon. If, like I said, if they re-sign, I can see a possibility, but right now, absolutely not. That's just not going to happen. Great question. Thank you so much for that, Dragon Hunter XD. And we're going to leave with one more question from Dragon Hunter XD. Is there a guilty pleasure show you watch that nobody else, that nobody knows about? I will say this. Let's do a little story. Let's do a story time. If you know me, I do not like anything that consists of Tyler Perry. I love Tyler Perry as a person. I think he is one of the greatest hustlers. I think he is one of the greatest stories out there. I think Tyler Perry is very smart. I think he's a genius when it comes to everything that consists of him doing what he's doing. I think he has the biggest studio in the world now in Atlanta. My apologies. So, but there's one thing I don't like about Tyler Perry. I don't like his movies. And this is kind of the red pill coming out. He destroys a lot of African American males in his movies, and no disrespect to him, but I just don't like his movies. I just don't like anything that consists of his movies. I don't like his plays. I don't like most of his shows. Now, there is one show that my wife is obsessed with, and I've kind of gotten into it as well. It is called The Oval. That is a guilty pleasure show that I truly kind of like. It's very interesting. Of course, if you know anything about me, I am a huge history buff. And I'm a huge conspiracy theory buff as well. So this puts a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of White House, U.S. history type of stuff as well. It's like The Scandal or whatnot, or what's the show? I think it's called Scandal. I don't know, but it's something like that. I truly enjoy that. I was gonna get into the Ruthless show as well, because once again, these shows, they do not have where it's like, I hate black men type situations. So I'm okay with that, with watching those shows that he does. And they're really fun. That's a guilty pleasure show that I can tell you that I do watch. What else guilty that I watch? If you've seen an anime called School Days, it's like an anime version of Saved by the Bell, kind of. I would say that. I watch School Days. I watch that. What else? I like iCarly, the new one, not the old one. I like the new iCarly show with her being grown up. I like that show. That show is pretty fun. I like that show. It's a pretty fun show. Yeah, I watch that. That's a guilty pleasure I watch as well. What else do I watch that is a guilty pleasure? You know what? I like a lot of the very racist, like old school Western shows like Gunsmoke. I mean, it's just so racist. I watch stuff like that. Things in that little sort of type of thing. So, The Oval, I watch. Like old racist. Westerns, I like that. iCarly, the new generation of iCarly, and the anime show of School Days. I watch those. So, oh my god. If you want to get your questions in, you guys, do not forget, I do post those in the morning on Sundays. so you can get your questions in and try to stump your boy. Try to have a great time with your questions as well. Once again, they do not have to be wrestling related. They can be about, anything you want, that isn't too personal. But wrestling would be a preferred thing. Once again, remember, I am a nerd. I mean, if you look back here, there is a lot of stuff back here that you can pick from, and I will talk about it because I am a DC person. I am a anime person. I am a Marvel and Mortal Kombat person. I do like a lot of stuff. Of course, I'm still a fan, Astros fan. I don't have a lot of Houston Rockets stuff. I'm a Houston Rockets fan or whatnot. So, once again, like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Thank you so very much for this. I love y'all so much, and I thank you so much for allowing your boy to do this. I really do. Thank you so much. Until next time, love, peace, and of course, wrestling.